Okay, so it's been a really long time since I last made a video. Today I'm going to do it all about how to DIY your own Moby wrap. This one was the first one I made. This one is the sew version. On this video it's going to be no sew version. The difference between the two is the sew version will be cheaper but a lot more time, and the no sew version is going to be about double the price. You can get fabric for only $1. This is what you're going to do. So you're going to go and you're going to get 6 yards of whatever fabric you want. This one was from Walmart. This one was from Hobby Lobby, and I believe it was $22. It came out first to be $45, but then with the 40% off coupon, it's like $22. And with the no sew, you are going to get anywhere from 2 to 3 wraps out of it. So I'm going to use this one. I really like this one because it's a double. So it has 2 sides. One side is gray and then the other side is this blue, like woven. The kind of fabric you're going to want is knit fabric, which just is a fancy word for stretchy fabric. So first you're going to see how wide your fabric is. So your fabric is always folded in half on the roll. So mine is 32. They range, you're gonna get anywhere from 2 to 3 pieces out of this. This one is 60 actually. It would end up being 60. So I'm only gonna make 2 wraps out of it. What? Yeah, I am. I'm gonna make 2. 60 inches wide, even though it doesn't look like it here, but that's because it's folded in half. This wrap is a 20-inch one, but this time I want a longer one, because this one barely, it's stretched out all the way. And when she was a newborn, oh, okay. when she was a newborn, it did cover the top, but now she's 7 months old, it just doesn't, and she's a tiny 7-month-old. So with some good fabric scissors, you're going to cut it however wide you wanted it. I want mine 30 inches wide. So I'm just going to cut right on the fold. Now when they fold, when your stuff comes folded up, don't unfold it when you get it, because it's going to be so hard to refold it, especially with knit fabrics. Again, knit is just a fancy word for stretchy fabrics. So especially with knit, aka stretchy fabrics, it is super hard to get it folded again right in half. And you'll notice that when you have these wraps, you will have to retie them a few times, because this one just came out of the dryer, so it's a little shorter. And then by the end of the week, I have about this much extra of fabric. Okay, so we're finally done cutting. Now you can just pull it apart and you have your 1 and 2 wraps, or 3. So you might be thinking, oh, well, what do I do for the edges? So with knit fabrics, aka stretchy fabrics, you don't have to do a hem on them or sew them, but if you want them just for pretty purposes, you can use a serger and just serge the whole end. If you don't have a serger, then you can use a sewing machine, and you're going to use your diagonal stitch to do that. So I'll show you on my machine which one that is. CE 1100 PRW. This little baby's kicking a bunch. That's how come I'm moving so much. Anyway, so you are going to use the diagonal stitch. So any diagonal stitch. So if you look here, I have, and it's called a zigzag stitch. I have a few here you're gonna use 3 or 4, 3 or your 4 stitch, depending on which one you want to sew. And you would just do that all along here, and then it will end up looking like, if you use a serger, it's gonna look like that, but you want that same effect when you're using the zigzag stitch. You're just gonna go over that. And now this took way too long, and I would never do that again, because you don't have to do it, because again, the knit fabrics, they don't fray and come apart. I have washed, oh, finally she fell asleep. But it won't come apart on you. So doing the hem or the pretty little stitch on the edge isn't necessary. So again, if you want to make one of these, the easiest way is just get your fabric, get 6 yards long of whatever fabric you decide, as long as it is a knit, aka stretchy fabric, and determine whether you want it to be 20 to 30 inches wide, and then you just cut from there. A lot of the times your fabrics will be anywhere from 54 inches to 60 inches wide on their own, so you can use that to determine how wide you would want that. And then that's it, then you just put it on. So what I'll do is I will put our new one on here and try it out. Okay, so here we are with our one that we just made. Baby's all wrapped up, and it is definitely longer to where I like it. I put her really high this time. I was just doing it super fast, but you don't have to have them resting on your collarbone. Okay, so if you like this video, make sure to just give it a thumbs up, a like button, and hit subscribe, because I don't come out with videos very regularly. I would love to, and I try to, but it just doesn't happen with my 2 toddlers and this 7-month-old baby, plus I work pretty much full time. It's 1 day short of full time. So again, this way you'll be notified when I do come out with new stuff. Well, I'll see you on the next video. Bye.